Hey guys, welcome back to Kerr Outdoors. So today we're going to be showing you guys how to make pole spears, alright? And why we're making these is because in June we're going to be going for 5 days down to Catalina Island and we're going to be spear fishing. And that is going to be one of our only ways to get food. So hopefully these things are really good, which I think they are. This is our end product, right? It's super solid. I'm going to show you guys how to make it. It's going to cost about 20 bucks for you guys to make. I'll show you guys the materials right here. Okay guys, so here is your first ingredient for a pole spear. So what you're going to need is a broom handle. You don't have to buy it straight from the store, you can just get it off your kitchen broom. But if you steal your kitchen broom handle, your mom's probably going to be mad. So what we did is we bought ours. This cost us like $6, it's 60 inches, which is just about the right size. I think you could probably also use a wooden dowel too. The next thing you're going to need is about 2.5 feet of surgical tubing, then 2 beads, 2 zip ties, some rope, and you're going to need your frog jig, or gig, whatever one it is. So this cost us like 10 bucks. The rope and the zip ties and the beads, that was like $3, and then this is like $1, and this was like $6. So all in all, you're gonna round out to probably around like 20 bucks. So here's my grandpa, okay? He has been diving off San Diego using these pole spears for a really long time. He doesn't show it though, he's great. So he is a master at building these, so you guys should be set if you guys just do everything that he says, and it should be good. Okay, let's get to it.
All right, thanks Jameson.
Yeah.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the frog gig. The frog gig has a taper on the end which fits on the pole spear. Now we've used a little heavier duty pole or broom handle than what you typically find on a pole spear, but I like that because it makes it good and sturdy. And what we're going to do is we're going to sand this down. So what I've done is I have tapered down the end of this pole so that it just fits inside, and what we'll do is we'll bring it down and seat it so it's nice and tight on that pole. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, now that we've got the dowel tapered down so that it'll receive the head, is I'm going to drill through the dowel because there is a bolt that goes straight through the bottom of the dowel. Now I can try to drill straight through, and I may or may not get it exactly. But if I drill halfway from on this side and then turn it over and do half on the other side, then if there's a little bit of inaccuracy, it'll be right in the center. You'll never see it. Okay, now we're going to turn it over. Okay, now release that and grab the bolt that goes in there. We'll just put the screw right on through. This one's a little long, so we'll cut it down later. Okay, and now that head's on there, we'll tighten it down in a few minutes. All right. So the head's fixed to the shaft. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work on the other side. And on this side we need to drill a hole in which we will put the waterproof line and how we will attach the propellant. In other words, this surgical tubing is what propels the spear forward. All right, so Jameson, walk over this way a little bit, and I want you to sight down that spear. And you'll see that the head is pointing straight up and down like this. It's important that you orient the holes on the opposite side in this direction. So in other words, the hole should be along the top of the spear as the barbs are straight up and down. Okay, so I'm going to hold up about 1.5 inches or so from the end of the pole, get right on the top and go straight through. Okay. Then, so that we don't cut the string with the sharp edges, I'm going to round that edge a little. And then do the same thing on the opposite side. Okay, that's done. So,
Now ready.
all right, so now we're going to put the waterproof cord through. Sometimes it's a little tight and you just have to twist it a little and help it work its way through. There we go. Feed it through the bead. Tie big knot in the end. Make sure it's good and tight. All right, then we're going to put the bead on the other end. Put a knot in it. Again, leave yourself a little bit of tail so it doesn't pull out. Okay. That's how we attach the surgical tubing to the end of the spear. All right, so now it comes down to a little bit of brute force. This is hot water. I just brought it off the stove, and what I'm doing is I'm softening up the rubber on this surgical tubing. It's a nice heavy wall tubing, you can see if you get up close there. So it's not terribly pliable. So what we're going to do is we're going to get it nice and warm so that we can make it stretch. And then we're going to feed the bead inside it like that. And then give it a push. Watch your fingers. Okay. And about like yay. Okay. So about 3/4 of an inch down. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Get nice and warm. Push it inside. Get it about 3/4 of an inch inside the tubing. Now we take the zip ties and we put that zip tie just on the inside of that tubing. And the intention here is to hold the rope in place. And you give it a good pull. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Okay. And then just snip it off, even just a little bit hanging out so it doesn't come loose. And there is your propellant.
Ready.
All right. So at this point, you're finished. We're going to do a little bit of touch up here on the end, seal the end of it, but basically you're done. We've got the business end, we've got the propellant end, which is the surgical tubing, and we got the business end, which is the jig. And the way this thing works is you put your hand with the surgical tubing between the thumb and your first finger, grab a hold of the spear and pull. So at this point you have all sorts of power to launch. I'm swimming along and I have the spear all cocked and I see the fish and we have dinner. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for showing everybody how to do that, Opa. You're the best. Hope you guys liked that. I hope this works out great for you guys. I hope it works out great for us too. These things are solid. They're awesome. And I can't wait to try these things out in June. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. That will be great. It's going to be truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Like I said, 5 days, Catalina Island, getting our food from the sea with these. Okay, make sure you guys like and subscribe this video, and see you guys in the next one. See ya.